Hi, my name is Arturo Keynes. I'm founder of Lexicon Networks, and today I'm the managing partner of the company. But my journey to start Lexicon Networks does not begin with the company. It begins way before. So my family immigrated to the United States from Dominican Republic. I'm one of 11 kids. I have 7 sisters and I have 3 brothers. And we grew up in the South Bronx of New York City. We went through the New York public school system and we managed to get our education there. Right, so I basically started out with at a high school that is called Aviation High School. So Aviation High School focuses on developing students who want to become airplane mechanics, others that want to be pilots, others that want to be machinists, and others that want to go into the university as juniors. So you would skip the first 2 years of college. There I became an airplane mechanic. I got an airframe license, FAA certified. And then after that, I was invited back. If you're in the top 10% of your class, you can come back and do a second license. Since I was in the top 10% of my class, I was brought back to do a second license. I did a license in power plant, which is all the turbine engines, reciprocating engines, turboprops. So post high school, I went to Northern Kentucky University. At Northern Kentucky University, I was there on a basketball scholarship, and I also played baseball at Northern Kentucky University. I played there for 2 years. And then from there, I played professional baseball with the Detroit Tigers. After playing baseball with the Detroit Tigers for 3.5 years, I decided to go back to the university, and basically that's where I obtained my degree in mechanical engineering. I worked as a mechanical engineer for a better part of 13 years. In 2008, I read a book by George Soros, The Credit Crisis of 2008. And I so much loved the book and understood what it was talking about that I decided to cash out my 401k in December because I always had the idea that I wanted to start my own company. Now, where did that come from, that idea to start my own company? It really came from my parents. So although my parents were immigrants with limited education, they managed to start their own cut and sew shop in New York City, and they grew it from basically a family business to 150 employees, producing as many as 40,000 dresses per month. So that gave me the impetus to always have my own business. Basically, as I was working at several engineering firms, I always had a keen eye to, hey, what can I do from a business perspective in order to have a larger impact with the education I received and the wherewithal that I had about immigrants in the country and the difficulties with getting employed. Yeah, so I started at Lexicon Networks in 2008 in the area of application integration, which is an area that is completely different than what I was doing as an engineer. So as an engineer, I was developing electronic interfaces, and I had 7 patents with the company, and I had a 5-year non-compete. So I was not able to start the company in the area where I had my expertise. I had to choose a separate area that was not conflicting with the non-compete. So therefore, I started in an area that I knew was up and coming, which is the cloud SaaS arena, and in particular, integration. Right? Why was integration going to be critical? Because you had a lot of cloud services that were going to be provisioned in the future, as well as on-premise services. Therefore, we were looking to find a way to ride that wave of people needing to integrate their systems from the cloud to on-premise, on-premise to on-premise, and on-premise to cloud. So we formed the company in March of 2008, and we managed to get our first project with JD Edwards doing an application integration. After that, we became a partner with Cast Iron Systems, which was a company that promoted an integration appliance and had a deep partnership with Salesforce.com. Yeah, so Cast Iron Systems became an integral partner with Salesforce. Whenever Salesforce would sell an account, they would pitch Cast Iron Systems as the integrator of choice. And Cast Iron Systems would get their demos, and if the customer decided to use Cast Iron Systems, then they had their preferred partners that they would pass the work on to. And we became one of those preferred partners. So back in 2009, we started gaining traction and delivering on a lot of Salesforce integrations. And that got us started. As it progressed in 2010, late 2010, early 2011, Cast Iron Systems was acquired by IBM. At that time, Cast Iron Systems recommended to IBM that they onboard us as a partner, as they felt that we were one of the best integrators with their solution. At that time, we became an IBM partner, and we started delivering on the behalf of IBM for cast iron projects. So after 2011, we continued to deliver on behalf of IBM across North America and Europe and in Asia. We had a lot of Fortune 100 clients that we delivered projects for, Fortune 500 clients. And IBM approached us and said, hey, you know what, we have a lot of other products that you can add to your repertoire. Why don't you look through what we have and see if you want to add another one of the products that you can resell and can deliver services on. So at that time, IBM had just started the Mobile First Foundation for developing mobile apps. So we started pitching to clients on developing mobile apps. We managed to get our first client and we developed a very nice mobile app for a exercise equipment company. What we quickly realized is that every mobile app has a web app that controls the mobile app. So basically we quickly ramped up our team and started developing very robust web apps as well, not just mobile apps, and we learned how to develop both agnostically and within what we call native, whether it's iOS and Android or using Xamarin, Cordova, and other products that are out there in the marketplace where you develop once and deploy to many. And we started now developing a separate team besides the integration team. So that really broadened our horizons with respect to the types of projects that we could do and how we interacted with the marketplace. So once again, IBM approached us and said, hey, you know, we have the Watson APIs. Have you guys considered utilizing the Watson APIs in order to broaden your scope of work that you're doing? So we picked up on what we call natural language processing as one of the Watson APIs. There's also sentiment analysis. There's speech to text, text to speech, right? And other factors there where you're looking for patterns in the scope of work. And basically we wound up developing an application that is in the artificial intelligence space back in 2018. Right? And that application was an order management tool at the same time that there was marketing behind it. So now we had three segments to the corporation. We had application integration, which is what we started with. We also have web app and mobile app development, and now we've added the artificial intelligence component. So Lexicon Networks now has three areas of expertise. So we have expertise in application integration. In application integration, we utilize tools from IBM like App Connect and ACE. We also utilize MuleSoft, we utilize Jitterbit, and we utilize some open source systems like Talend and the Loopback framework. On the web app side, we really have also a very strong team, and we focus on Java, we do PHP, we do Python, we do native iOS and Android. We also do, as I said before, other systems where you develop once and deploy to many. We also have very strong front end with Angular material, Vue.js, and using the Tailwind framework as well for front end development. So we're basically full lifecycle, software development lifecycle that is very strong. And a lot of times we combine our integration skills also with the APIs that we develop for our web apps and mobile apps. And now we also have the artificial intelligence piece. With respect to the artificial intelligence part, today we have the narrow AI piece, and we're adding the Gen AI component as well. With the narrow AI, we have done a few projects. Some of the most prominent ones are with a college in the United States, where we managed to verify that a student qualified for a particular program with a virtual agent. We also deployed that virtual agent via various channels. We had a web widget. They also use Facebook Messenger with the same body of code. We've also deployed another virtual agent through Facebook Messenger at a nonprofit where they were enrolling students into a particular program. And we've also done another very large program where we managed to reduce the number of calls into a call center by 50%. In this case, that call center received a lot of calls just to move licenses from one region to another, or to increase or decrease the number of licenses. And with this virtual agent, we were able to verify who the customer was, what they had the rights to, and at the same time be able to, in effect, reduce the number of licenses or move the licenses from one region to another. Another aspect that we've added to our expertise is being able to deploy workloads. So today we're deploying and managing workloads in Azure, GCP, and Amazon Web Services, as well as DigitalOcean. We're able to containerize our applications, and we're able to make them scalable. We're able to do load balancing and security and also able to work with both RDBMS and non-relational databases as well. So therefore, we have a really strong expertise within the web app space as well as in the infrastructure space. And we're more than capable of standing our own with both small and large providers out there in the marketplace. Throughout these 14 years in business, we've managed to integrate to over 400 different types of endpoints. From the largest that are out there in the marketplace, like SAP, Oracle EBS, Epicor, Salesforce, Sugar CRM, Siebel CRM, JD Edwards, and I can go on and on and on. Both within industries like manufacturing, e-commerce, medical, healthcare, banking, insurance. So our products have spanned cross-industry, and our expertise in being able to guide the clients for best practices has been unparalleled in the industry. Our clients typically remain with us up to 9 years. We have a client that has been with us since our inception, and that speaks volumes to the work that we deliver on behalf of our clients. We're also very cost effective because we have a blended model. So we have 3 locations today. So we have a location in Canada, in Ontario, we have a location in Chicago, and we have an offshore development center in Pune. And having that blended model has allowed us to remain cost competitive in the marketplace. Furthermore, I would like to add that our management is second to none. So our management is keenly involved, and today the average tenure at our company is 5.5 years per employee. We have employees that have been with us up to 10 years in the marketplace. And that speaks volumes for the way that we treat our employees, the ethical manner in which we behave, and the fact that our employees are happy with the work that they're doing. What we've come to know is that the employees that do leave us, they promptly become managers at other locations. Why? Because they learn not just front end or back end, but they learn about front end, back end, middleware. They learn about infrastructure as a service. They learn different languages. They learn AI. So we have employees that have switched from web app development into integration, employees that have gone from integration to web app development. So having that flexibility to learn the full software development lifecycle has been critical. And now today they're also learning about infrastructure as a service, how to containerize loads, how to deploy those loads, how to manage those workloads in the infrastructure such that they're scalable and accessible 24/7. Yeah, our employee model is such that every January we bring in 15 to 16 interns into the company. At that point in time, we have those interns go through a training process. Post-training, they're able to shadow on projects, right? And we give them some small tasks to complete. And post the 6 months of internship, we decide whether we want to keep those employees or not. So the ones that are the stars, we manage to keep them on board. The ones that are not as good or did not dedicate the time required, they leave us with a skill, right, that they can promote themselves in the marketplace. So a lot of these employees that we have today are still with us that have gone through that model, right? And again, it speaks volumes to the fact that we took the time to train them, we took the time to transition them into particular projects, and then we took the time to grow them over time. So if you started on front end, doesn't mean that 5 years down the line, you will still be doing front end. You might be working on the back end. You might be working in integration, right? So that's the beauty of our model, is the fact that you're able to move across different domains at the same time that you're able to grow within the company. So that we have 3 managers today that started as interns that are basically managing the core of each one of our teams today on the integration side, on the web app side, and also on the AI side. Again, we really believe in growing from within, but also if we need to grow our teams, we have gone out into the marketplace and acquired those resources as well. We have developed very core partnerships over the last 12 years. So we're an IBM Premier Partner. We're also a partner with Jitterbit. We're a partner with Prolifics. We partner with Accenture. We partner with Sensar, and many other SIs in the marketplace. And the reason that those companies leverage us is because the expertise that we have within the scope of projects that we do. That being said, we do have a special partnership with Jitterbit. So over the last 8 years, we have provided to Jitterbit deep subject matter expertise in the areas of recipe development to speed up the integration process, We've also supported them on the QA side for their products. We've also supported them on the product support, so level 1, level 2 product support. So our team has managed that from our Pune location. We've also developed connectors as well that can be utilized in the marketplace. And lastly, we're starting to develop templates or recipes that can be used in the Shopify and Zoho domains, both from the Jitterbit perspective, but also native to Zoho and Shopify as well. So our partnerships really has taken us a long way. And today we have a dual model where we definitely still work with our partners, but at the same time we have a strong sales team, a marketing team, and inside sales as well to drive direct sales for future growth. So not only have we delivered professional services, but we have also developed products for corporations as well as ourselves. So today we have developed a product, a CRM in particular, for one of the largest explosives companies in India. And it's a very extensive tool where they're able to do asset tracking. As you very well know, it's very important to track explosives as they move through the country, notifying the proper authorities that these munitions are moving out through their areas. So basically, we handled mission critical projects at many different levels. And this particular company has leveraged us over the last 4.5 years to expand this system for them. We have also developed products, outside of the defense sector. We've developed products within the education space, right? So we developed a product, a multi-tenancy product, that basically is for an association that deals with post-secondary education. And the objective of this product is to allow students that have been in the workplace for a very long time to utilize that workplace knowledge to shorten their path to graduation. Right? So basically they're able to get credit for the life experiences that they've had at the places that they work. So if you worked in the marketing department, let's say, and you've been able to do marketing campaigns, written content, provided copy, graphics design, right? You could use those experiences that you've had over those years in order to be able to get credit at a university for, let's say, graphic design or marketing 101, marketing 102. And therefore, when you go to get a degree in marketing, right, those classes you don't need to take. So it's a very powerful tool to get more qualified graduates into the workforce. We've also developed mission critical projects for very large companies with respect to ticketing and message queues. So today, we work with a very large exercise equipment manufacturer, and we did build for them an interface that allows them to work with all their vendors that provide services for fixing their equipment. All of those tickets that are opened by each one of the gyms, right, goes through a ticketing system and eventually goes to their customer service department, and then it gets allocated to one of their vendors that services that client. So in essence, their customer experience is deeply tied to the product that we developed for them. And that was both a web app at the same time that it was an infrastructure messaging app on GCP Cloud.